So I'm going to start with opportunity zones, and just a quick disclaimer on this one. This is a tax-related program. I'm not a tax guy, I'm a finance guy. We've obviously at Baker Tilly got a lot of tax resources, but if we delve too deep into tax questions here, I'll refer you to one of my colleagues at Baker Tilly. So opportunity zones came out of tax reform. It was the most substantive economic development program that did come out of tax reform. Like new market tax credits, it's a program that's geared towards encouraging investment in low-income communities. And that's really where the similarities stop. I mean, there's a lot of misconceptions because this is a newer program about what this actually is. It's not free money, it's not tax credits, it's not a deduction. Really, what it's most similar to would be a 1031 exchange where you're able to, a big piece of this is the ability to defer capital gains. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. There's a geographic component to this program. About 10% of the United States is in an opportunity zone. Each state designated these zones. The map here shows the zones here in Rockford. Good resource for you on opportunity zones. If you were to go to Baker Tilly's website or just Google Baker Tilly opportunity zones, we've got a mapping tool. You can just type in an address and it'll return a result. You'll see if you're in an eligible zone. So there are kind of three key benefits to the opportunity zone. The first I mentioned is a deferral of capital gains. So, you know, think about it. You've got an investment, you sell it, you've had some appreciation in that. Typically, you'd owe tax, capital gains. What this program allows you to do is invest in the opportunity zone through a qualified opportunity fund and defer those capital gains. So you defer those until either the asset's sold or until the program sunsets, which is at the end of 2026. Second key benefit is a forgiveness of capital gains. So if you make your investment in a qualified opportunity fund and you hold that investment for 5 years, there's a partial forgiveness of that capital gains, 10%. So if you had invested $100,000 of capital gains, hold that investment for a 5-year period, you would only owe tax on $90,000. If you held that for an additional 2 years, so a 7-year hold, there's another 5%. So you have a 15% forgiveness of taxes on those capital gains. Then the final key benefit with opportunity zones relates to the appreciation on the second investment. So if you, using our $100,000 example, if you invested $100,000, held that for a 10-year period, you would have your partial forgiveness of the original capital gain at 15%. And any appreciation in the second investment would be forgiven. So if your original $100,000 investment had grown to $150,000, you wouldn't pay tax on that $50,000 of appreciation. There's kind of a couple ways to think about this, a couple different perspectives. You know, if you're a project sponsor or a developer or a property owner, this program is really a tool for you to raise capital. You know, if you routinely go out and raise equity, you could set up your own opportunity fund for a specific project, and then that's another benefit to your investors and helps you bring in capital that way. The second way from a capital sourcing perspective that this can help is there are now these pooled funds that are being established. So funds that are seeking out these types of investments. So that's new pools of money looking to invest in projects that are located in opportunity zones. You know, the flip side, the other perspective to look at this from would be if you have capital gains, this is potentially a tax-advantaged investment vehicle for you.